Hello friends, you're the Lonesome Gamer, and I'm playing Level 7 Invasion. And this game is slowly coming to an end. I think this will be the last but one episode, and until now it looks like we are basically easily able to win that. It seems like a pretty clear victory. I mean, it's not over yet, of course. Maybe I'm judging things wrong, but I think overall it looks pretty good for mankind. So let's see. We are now in the devastation wave, which is a little harder because now basically we have 4 dropships. Number 4 is here. In addition, we have also harder adaptation and events, but fine. Right now there is Siberia overrun up here, which is a little bit of a problem. It does cost Asia a lot of resources, as you can see, and also the Gin researchers were killed that did their work there. North America controls Dr. Kronos right now, so it's the first player. And we start again with the Gin mercenaries step. And in the last phase there were none available, but now that we have the subject screaming, we were able to fill the black market again. And we can now recruit some of these mercenaries. So let me see. Well, I think it's definitely a good idea to we might not even need any. A 3 here. Well, maybe we should buy the Fear Hunter hybrids, although I'm not sure. We do have the warrior clones already, so in case we need an extra power we can use these. Okay, I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy the Fear Hunter hybrids and place them, and I'm going to place them in Canada, because Canada only has a defense value of 2, so we don't want to risk that this gets overrun. When this dropship here drops, let's say 4 units, the 4th would then move here to Canada, and then it would be overrun. So I guess we definitely want to improve the defense value of Canada. So we pay $2 and then simply place that card here. Okay, here we are. Then we got South America. But first we can actually replenish the market. A few more warrior clones here. And yes, I think we're gonna buy. I mean, South America is already at 3, but you never know what happens. Maybe we draw some stupid event card or so. So I'm going to buy warrior clones for 1. Yeah, well, here in Argentina, I think there's not such a big risk that this might be overrun. So I think we don't need the rogue clones there. So let's simply draw another card. More rogue clones. So I think Europe is gonna buy rogue clones for $1. They're gonna play that card right away, trying to destroy these guys here in the North African Concord. And the card says, discard this card at any time and roll die if you roll plus or equal. Destroy 1 invader unit in any of your territories. Okay. So let's hope for the best here. Yep, was a success. So this unit goes away, but the adaptation dial also goes up. And it's Africa then, but before we draw another one here, more warrior clones here. And I think actually that Africa will also buy some warrior clones for 1 million. And this is it then. And finally Asia. More rogue clones. Well, I think Asia is simply also going to buy warrior clones for $1. And more warrior clones. So we got 3 times now rogue clones and 1 warrior clone in the Gin black market. Okay, then we're going to see the unit deployment. And the Americans, the North Americans, they have now a unit limit of 8. So they can actually hire 4 additional units. Which is pretty amazing, and they're going to place, I think I'm going to place 1 here and move to Greenland. And, well, so that drops all 3 units in here. We might have a problem killing these guys, so I can place a 5th one here. And then simply 2 here in the western US. South America, well, they have also a +2 because of these mesh networks for command and control. So that allows them to hire 6 overall. So there are 2 here that helped Africa, Central Africa and Accord, to defend that. So I guess I'm simply gonna place 4 in Brazil. I can reach basically everything from there. So I'm gonna pay $4 here. Now Europe. They have the cognitive systems, which gives them +4 to command and control. So they are at 8. So that means they can hire now 4 additional units. Okay, so I'm going to place 2 here, I guess. And well, maybe actually 2 here. So we could liberate Siberia. And yeah, I mean, why not? Might be a good idea. Yeah, probably. I wonder if I could attack Arabia, but it's not that easy. We need probably 2 units to do that. So, and I need probably 4 units to liberate Siberia. I guess I will do it that way. Africa, with their advanced command and control, they can control 5 units, so they're allowed to deploy 4. And, well, that's not going to be easy. We're going to place them, of course, all here. And in the end, it's Asia. And Asia also has the cognitive systems. So they can actually control 9 units. That is just amazing. So they are actually that strong. They might even think about... Okay, so I think first we're going to just try some units here. So we're going to place 4 here. And then we got 3 left. And so if the Europeans liberate Siberia, we could actually place 2 here in the Uzbekistan alliance, trying to attack Arabia, and well, maybe even place 1 here in China. So maybe we can... I'm pretty sure that we're going to see some battle here, that some aliens from India will move to China. So it might be a good idea if there are a few units to defend China. So that's the end of the unit deployment step. And then we come to the research phase. Okay, well, basically we want some coalitions get these energy weapons so that they have a power of 3. South America is already there, but they are the only ones that are. So it's not really hard to decide who might want to get there. Well, Europe would have enough research laboratories because you need 3 to do so. So they could do it. And maybe also Canada. Or North America, actually. It's not that easy. I think I'm going to do it that way. I think I'm going to develop here in North America tier 5 of the military equipment. So That means they need 3 lab, 4 fuel, 5 bucks, and 4 minerals. Okay, so basically they can now trade for this lab. And let's see, I mean, I don't know. I mean, they need they need fuel, so I think they might give South America some fuel here. Or they're gonna pay 2. And then they will gain, well, actually they just have 1 fuel. Oh no, damn it. Okay, they gain 1 of these. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so I have no idea what that damn noise was, but something in my computer, I guess. So I give them now the research lab from Brazil, and then they can actually pay the 4 fuel, the 3 labs, 4 minerals, and 5 million. And then they have now also the energy weapons, and that gives them a power of 3. So here we go. Okay, I think South America is not going to do any research, but they're going to give Asia the other research center. I think that makes sense. So for now they're doing nothing here. Oh, damn, of course they can't, because you can only trade once. And yeah, see. Okay, so that means they cannot trade the second research center to someone else. So they can also use it and improve their social programs by researching the extended aid networks. So they got to pay 2 million, 1 food, and 1 research center. Okay. So, and then it's Europe, and they're definitely gonna develop these energy weapons. So they're gonna pay 3 research centers. Problem is, they don't have enough minerals now. Well, if they trade with Africa, then Asia cannot trade so that they gain another research center. Anyway, they're going to do that. So they're going to take one of these research centers from Africa. No, they don't need the research centers, actually. They need the fuel. So they're going to they're going to give them 1 food, and in return they gain 1 fuel. And then they need some minerals. So I suggest they're gonna also give away 1 more food, and that then gives them minerals. Okay, so now they can pay 4 fuel, 4 minerals, 3 research centers, and $5, and then they can actually develop this military equipment here, the energy weapons, and now they also have a power of 3. So Africa has now actually 2 research centers. So, well, I guess they're gonna upgrade their social programs and their communications. So they pay altogether 2 research, 1 oil, 1 food, and $4. Okay, here we are. And then they can develop here the mesh networks. So they got now +2 to command and control, and also the extended aid networks, so they lose less during the MIC damage step. And finally we see here Asia. They have, well, they have 2 research centers. So that means they could now either improve their social programs or their biological sciences. Let's see what we got here. So that would be distributed pharmaceuticals. Roll a die when affected by a paranoia event. If you roll equals or minus, you do not suffer the effects of the event. So that's a pretty good thing. And here we have decontamination process. Increase your MIC 2 points at the end of each maintenance phase. But that is strong. That's a really strong ability. Right now, I don't think they really need that because they have a high MIC. So I guess they're going to go for these distributed pharmaceuticals. And that costs them 2 million, food, fuel, and 2 research labs. Okay. Okay, here we go. Food and fuel. Fine. So then we're going to see the Kronos project. And we need 10 million to finance that. So that shouldn't be such a big deal. The US can pay 5, and also the Asia. I mean, in the end, Asia could pay the whole stuff. They have so much money, they can easily afford that. And it says then a coalition can use 1 Gin Mercenary clone card, warrior clones or rogue clones, without discarding it each round. Each clone card can be used only once per round. So that is now pretty awesome because we all have warrior clones. So that would basically allow us once per round to have even up to a strength of 4, for example, for Europe or the US. So that's really amazingly strong now. So the last card of the Kronos project is actually the initiative Psychotronic Broadcast. The event step of this round is the Invader's Annihilation Strike. At the end of this round, the game is over, any surviving coalitions win. So, and we have to pay, well, quite a bit, but it's not completely ridiculous. So, Dr. Kronos doesn't have to be in a specific country. they can do this in every coalition. Okay, and then we're gonna see the income phase, which I'm gonna do off camera. Okay, so that's the income step then, and we always have to remember, actually I forgot in the last maintenance step to reduce my terror level. So that means that I think I forgot it, I'm not sure. But I lost some food or money because of this terror. In addition, you always have to remember also the liberated countries. They also reduce some of your resources during the income step. Okay, and then we start with the movement. So, I think I simply move here with this guy to Greenland, and I think this is it. I think I don't care so much about Canada. The Western US is more important because there's our capital, and we're going to defend Alaska here, so I guess that's fine. South America, well, they are simply trying to attack here Peru, that's for sure. They might need one additional unit there, I guess. That on the other side, they have a pretty high combat value. Maybe they don't even need that. And then they have 2 more units here, and I wonder where to place these. Well, I mean, I think I'm gonna, yeah, damn, I don't know. There's the Dominion of Ethiopia here. I wonder if I actually should move here, or, damn, I don't know. Maybe even here to the North Africa Concord. On the other hand, there are these guys, maybe I don't need that. The point is that we're going to see probably or possibly some units spread out from the Dominion of Ethiopia. And so it's a good idea if we defend these spaces somehow, I guess. Europe, well, they're going to move down here to the North African Concord, and they actually could try to attack Arabia. I mean, well, on the other hand, guess it's not even necessary. And these guys here from the eastern US, I think they also move over here, just over the ocean, just to protect the area here. And then they're gonna try to liberate Siberia. So then we see Africa, and well, basically they stay here. And, well, I'm not sure. I don't think it makes a lot of sense to attack here. They only have a strength of 3. They don't have the energy weapons yet. And so I think they will not attack there. They'll probably simply stay there. Asia, well, so obviously these guys stay here, and then I'm actually thinking about moving with one guy here from the Indonesian refugee zone to Eastern Australia. So that would give me then an additional research marker here. That's pretty awesome, and $1 million. I think I'm going to stay here for defense, purpose, and I think I'm also going to move down here to Arabia, try to gain the additional oil. Yeah. So that is the end of the movement then. Okay, so we come now to the event phase. First we do the alpha events. And again we have here a bombardment. Each coalition reduces its MIC 2 points. So let's see, we have some guys with energy shielding. So we would roll, if we roll a equal or minus, we can ignore this. And well, basically I think nearly everyone has these energy shields. Yeah, that's the fact. So we start with North America. Yes, that's important because they have a really low MIC. It's only 5 anymore. South America, no. So they have to reduce it by 2, which brings it to 9. Europe, fine. Africa, But they're also kind of okay, it goes down to 11. And what about Asia? No. So they are at 13. But overall, I guess we can say it was okay because the important ones, North America and Europe, their energy shield hold it. Okay. Then the next event is again bombardment. Each coalition rolls twice for the following. So let's see. First again, North America. Yeah, great shields there. South America. Very, very good. Europe. Okay, so they have to roll, and we're going to simply take now 2 dice. And we have equals and plus. So we got to raise our tower level by 1, and we got to reduce our food, fuel, and minerals 1 point. Okay, that means the minerals, the fuel and minerals are at 0. So, oh, wait a second, and this goes up 1. So that is definitely a problem. And we got to go on with Africa. So they also have to roll now, twice. And that is a plus and a minus. So also they have to raise the tower level, and they have to destroy 1 unit. So they're going to destroy the unit here in South Africa, and the tower level goes up 1 step. Oh, by the way, I forgot to place the units here, the ground war box from the last card, but we're going to do this after the event of this card. Damn, again, not lucky here. Asia has also to roll. So they're also going to lose food, fuel, and minerals by 1 point, and terror level goes up. Okay. And then we have to place a unit on every ship. So Alaska, this is, what was that? I think it was Peru. And here we got the Dominion of Ethiopia, and finally India. And then here we have to place a unit at dropship 1 and dropship 2. So we're going to see another unit here, but India has only a defense value of 2. So we got to place these guys instead here at the Uzbekistan alliance, because that contains the fewest invader units and then the fewest coalition units. It's the only one with no units at all. And then we're going to see a unit here in Alaska. So that was the second event card. Number 3, another orbital assault. Place 2 invader units in 1 territory of each coalition. Okay. So, again we can roll for North America. This time they have to place 2 units. And, well, we can choose. We can choose. And the problem is, wherever I place them, the territory is gonna be overrun. So, well, let me see which one is the least valuable. It sounds a little bit, sounds not nice, but let's see. So if we're gonna place it here, Eastern United States, we would lose 1 command, 1 food, and 1 million. Western United States is the capital, so that is something we probably don't want to do. I wonder, no, we cannot place them in Alaska, because if you got to place something, you can only do it up to the defense value of a country, and Alaska has a defense value of 3, and if they spawn, they move somewhere else then. But if they're gonna be placed, you cannot do it there. That's a little complicated, but okay. So we got Canada. Oh man, that's also pretty painful. So I think, to be honest, yeah, it's the Mexicans. We're gonna let the Mexican influence zone be overrun. It's not very nice, but okay. So let's see. South America would be next. They also have to place 2 invader units, and I think they're going to place 2 in Bolivia. Yeah, I think that's okay. Next one would be Europe, and they have a good energy shield that holds, so they don't have to place these units. Africa, they also have a good shield, and I think that's a pretty good idea here, because Africa is a little bit in trouble. And finally Asia, and they also have a good shield. Perfect. And then we're going to see another unit at dropship number 2, which is here in Alaska. And then we're going to go for the Bravo events. Okay, so here we are. We're going to see each coalition either returns 3 million to the bank or reduces its MIC 6 points. That's a crop decimation. So to reduce the MIC 6 points, that is damn tough. And we don't want to do that at all. So first, let's see, what about the crop decimation? I assume here the hybrid crops might help. If we roll equals, we do not suffer the effects of the event. So we start with North America, and they were lucky. Nothing happened here. Well, let me see. Actually, they have the synthetic food, which gives them an even bigger advantage. So if they roll equals or minus, yes, very good. Europe, they have also the hybrid crops, so only equals prevent them. Yes, well, I'm really lucky now. Yeah, same for Africa. Okay, so they have now to pay 3 million, which is definitely a little painful, but okay. Oh. Okay, and then finally it's Asia. Well, they also have to spend the money, but they can afford to do so. And then we're going to see 1 unit at each dropship. And now the defense value of Alaska would be now actually is reached. So the unit goes somewhere else. Siberia is also filled with troops, so it goes to Canada. And if we would not have placed the Fear Hunter hybrids in Canada, Canada would have been overrun by now. But there is still a chance at the last event card that it might get overrun. So let's hope that won't happen. And we're going to place a unit here in India. And this is now the same point here. So that unit is moved somewhere else, and in an area that contains the fewest invader units. So these are these two areas then, and then in an area that contains the fewest coalition units, and then we can choose. So we're going to place these guys here in China. And number 3 is Peru. And then number 4, that's the Dominion of Ethiopia. Okay, here we are. So, and then we're going to see the Bravo event number 5. Yeah, exactly. So this is an orbital assault. Draw a dropship card and place 1 invader unit in each of the 4 territories listed. Okay, let's see what we got here. So we have 1 in Brazil, but they have the energy shields. So let's see. Anyway, doesn't help here. The invader unit goes to Brazil. We have the Nordic Confederacy of Europe over there. So bad luck here too. They move here. And then we have the Dominion of Ethiopia. But wait a second. It says now place 1 invader unit in each of the 4 territories. So here now the defense level is reached. And if you have to place an invader unit, not if you have to spawn it, but if you have to place it, and the defense level is already reached, you do not place another one. And then we have Alaska, and well, it's basically the same point there. There's also a defense level of 3. I'm going to look that up, but I'm pretty sure that's how it's going to be played. Okay, so that was actually not true. They're going to simply be placed anyway. I might have made a mistake somewhere earlier on there. I don't remember that. But now we're going to place 1 here at the Dominion of Ethiopia and another one here in Alaska. Okay. The difference is if they spawn, they move following these spawning priorities here. And if they are placed, they are simply placed there. Okay. And then we gotta spawn units at dropship number 1, 3, and 4. And now we can actually see that it was worth placing the Fear Hunter hybrids here in Canada, because if it would be now dropship number 2, we were lucky here, we had to place it now in Canada and the country would be overrun. But like this, it's still fine. So it paid off. We're going to place one here in India. Well, India is already at the maximum level, so we have to place one here in the Indonesian refugee zone. The next one, number 3, is this one. And that is now also... No, they actually have a defense value of 4. Peru has a defense value of 4, which is, by the way, the highest defense value of any area on the whole map. And then finally we're going to see the last unit spawned in the Union of Ethiopia, or the Minion of Ethiopia. And, well, they go now either to the Nigerian League or Central African Accord. So, I guess I'm going to place them here in the Nigerian League. So that was then the end of this event phase. And we're going to see the battle phase. And this time you can actually see, I mean, compared to the beginning of the game or to the assault phase, we have now lots and lots of these red units. I mean, it's red all over the place if we, maybe not in Europe, but anywhere else. I mean, this is now really interesting. So we start with North America. And let's start with this small battle here in the western US. So North America has actually a power of 3. And these red guys have a power of 2. So North America is the attacker, and that means the attacker and the defender loses 1 unit, and the adaptation level goes up by 1. But there is no more threat in the western US now. Then we're going to see this big battle here in Alaska. And again, the US have the higher power, even though there are less units there. So that makes them the attacker. Okay, that's the first hit. And I'm going to do this adaptation adjustment a little later. Okay, 1 from each now. So there are now 4 Americans left and 3 invaders. That's not that great. 1 attacker is lost here. Oh, come on, what's wrong now? It's actually not absolutely sure that we can win this battle. Oh, this is unbelievable. We might actually lose this battle. We wrote 3 times a minus. Okay, this is it. That was ridiculous. We wrote 4 times a minus. Remember, there is only 1 minus. So this is basically rolling 4 1s in a row. And that actually brings us to the point where Alaska is overrun, which is a problem because Alaska has a lot of minerals and oil, and so that's definitely not good. And it's pretty ridiculous. I'm really a little pissed now. Okay, South America. Well, let's at least take some revenge here. In Peru, of course I'm the attacker. South America also has a strength. Oh, by the way, we gotta turn that dial 2 spaces. So the first one was a success. The second one was also a success. Third one is a loss on both sides, but it's still really looking good for South America here. Again, a loss on both sides. But now only the dropship is left, but we're going to see now an adaptation. So let's hope it's not too bad. A surprise attack. Draw a dropship card and place one invader unit in each of the 4 listed territories. Okay. So that is the Central African Accord. This is interesting because it creates another battle now. We have Canada, which sucks, because that means Canada is overrun now too. So the US is now really in some trouble. We have Siberia over here, which is not so bad. And finally Venezuela. So that was pretty bad. Now basically nearly every area of South America contains an invader unit. So that sucks. And then we're going to see an attack on the dropship in Peru. Okay, that's not that great. South America loses one. So there is one left now. Yeah, okay, this is good enough to destroy the dropship. And that then allows South America to turn the dial, and I'm going to take some MIC here. Europe. Okay. Oh no, we're not done yet. First we got to do the battle here in the Nigerian League. South America is again the attacker here, and they lose. This is bad. The Central African Accord. Same situation. South America is the attacker, and this time they win. Okay, and now it's actually Europe. And we're gonna have some battle here first. And of course I am the attacker, the Europeans are the attacker, and each faction loses one. And then we got Siberia, a bigger battle, and also the Europeans are the attackers here. Okay, one from each side. One from each side. That is basically fine because the numbers are equal. One from each side. It's not great though, because we want to liberate that area, and we can only liberate it if one of us stays alive. So if it's completely empty, it's actually not liberated. So now we got a 50-50 chance to liberate that. And yeah, we did. That was great. This time we were lucky. So that means that the territory is liberated again, and Asia will have a higher income in the next turn. So we're going to see the battle here in the Dominion of Ethiopia, another big battle here. And now that's a little different here because they only have the powered exoskeletons but not the energy weapons. That means they only have a oh, wait a second, I forgot to draw this advanced style here up to 6 for the battle in Siberia. That means they only have a power of 2, as you can see here. So that would be a tie. And because the aliens have a power of 5, have 5 units, while the coalition only has 4, that would mean the aliens were the attackers. But now we can use our warrior clones, and because of this Subterra recovery mission, yeah, we can use that card without discarding it. So that means we have a power of 3, and that makes us then the attacker. Okay, very good. Awesome. So now it's looking actually good. Fine. Oh, come on. I'm really rolling pretty bad during this turn, I think. So there are now these 2 units here from the invaders and 2 units from the Africans. Okay, now there is only the dropship left. And it was destroyed. So we paid a high price here, but in the end we managed to destroy these guys, and we actually can also gain an additional MIC as a reward for destroying the dropship. So the last battles are fought in Asia. We can start here with Arabia. So let's see. Asia has actually also only a power of 2. So that means but they outnumber the aliens here, so they are the attackers. Okay, fine. Same thing here, they outnumber the aliens. So let's see. Very good. That's a hit. So there are now only 2 aliens left here. Awesome. And now there's only the dropship left. Okay, very, very good. So they are destroyed. And we're going to see an adaptation. But first we're gonna think. Well, I don't know. Let's also take some MIC here. I think that's fine. And, well, let's draw a card from the adaptation deck. Yeah, okay, these are these unstable enhancements. So that gives them now an additional strength until the end of the round. And that is a problem because well, in these 2 areas, China and the Indonesian refugee zone, they are now in both areas the attacker. And even if we would use the warrior clones, that would bring us to an even power, but because there's also a tie in units, the aliens would still be the attacker. So that means we basically simply don't have to use these warrior clones. It doesn't make a difference. So let's start with China. We're the defender. But that's fine. That's perfect. I mean, they are also killed, so there is no bigger advantage here. And let's see, what about the Indonesian refugee zone? Okay, that's just cool. That's just fine. They only have a unit left in the Uzbekistan alliance, but that is something I can live with. So I guess overall it wasn't that bad. The real problem is North America now, because they lose 2 areas. They lose Canada and Alaska. That was really bad luck. They actually can compensate that a little with the control of Greenland, which gives them 2 minerals. And also now I see that the Mexican influence zone is also overrun. So 3 zones are overrun in North America. Oh, great. Okay. Okay, so the Mexican influence zone, if that is overrun, we lose 1 million, which is luckily not that bad. Another good point is that our research laboratories are all in the US, so at least they will still continue to work. Here we have now Canada. We lose, well, that's ridiculous. This is really bad. We lose 3 food. We lose 1 mineral and 1 million. And in addition, the Fear Hunter hybrids, they are killed too. Because if an area is overrun, they have to go. Finally, Alaska. Well, we lose 1 oil, 1 food, 2 million. Okay, so North America is definitely in some trouble now. Luckily, they have stored lots of food and minerals. So that is not so bad. The only problem is basically the fuel. And yeah, I think overall they can live with these consequences. They also have a lot of money, so I guess in the end it's not going to be that bad. Even the terror level is right now at 0. Okay, we have managed to liberate Siberia. So that means now we can flip this card here and we can decide then if we lose 1 fuel or 1 mineral, and earlier on it was much, much worse. Okay, so here we are now. Okay, now we got the invader movement, and there actually is some. Here in Canada, there is only a defense value of 2, so that means this 1 invader here will move to the eastern US. And this is it then. Then we come to the Kronos control step, and the Kronos marker stays with North America this time. The terror level. Well, the terror level goes up basically in every country. Yeah, because we see enemies everywhere. Here in Europe, 1, Uzbekistan alliance, tons of enemies on the American continent, south and north, and also some in Africa. So that's an additional less food, 1 less food here in North America. Terror level is at 5 already in Europe. That's definitely not good. We got to do something against that. Okay. Okay, so now because of the relocation programs and the propaganda, we can lower our terror level by 1 for the first step and then by 2 for each additional step. And basically everyone has these achievements. So, yeah, I think America is going to spend 1 here. South America is going to spend 3. Europe, well, that would be, let me see, that would be 1, and then 4. I think we're going to spend these 4. That brings us down to 2. I mean, we still lose 1 million here, but I think it's worth it. I don't want to spend all my money. Africa, well, they're also in some trouble. I guess they want to spend, well, we don't have much money. So I guess they're going to spend only 1. And finally, it's the Asians, and they can easily afford to spend 3, so that the terror level has no effect anymore. Okay, and then we come to the MIC damage. So first of all, we would all take a damage because of these, of the whatever, these toxic poisonous gases. But because of the poison compensators, which actually also everybody has, we don't take that damage. And then we take a damage for each area that contains an enemy unit. So we start with North America, and that would be a damage of 4 then. And they only have 5, but because we have what was that? The extended aid networks, we can actually reduce the number of points you lose by 2, so they only lose 2, which is still bad enough. They only have 3 MIC left. South America, well, they also lose 2. Yeah, that brings them to 8. Europe loses nothing, which is good. So neither does Africa. What about Siberia? Do they also? Yeah, they also have these extended aid networks. So yeah, only here, North America and South America, they are really in trouble. Basically, the main problems has definitely North America. Okay, the research readiness, okay, basically every... Oh, and by the way, we will gain this control token, this research token here. So let's simply place that at the Uzbekistan Alliance. So we can now ready all these. Here we are. Okay, fine. I wonder if you really take that and place it here, or if it stays there. I would think it probably stays here, and as long as you control that, you can use that. So we have to remember that we control this token, so we can use it in the next step. And if we lose this area, this token is also lost. Okay. And then we come to the final step, which is the dropship step. So that means this dropship here is replaced by a unit. And then we simply draw the next dropship card. And we have a dropship at the Western European Defense Pact, which is not so bad. They have these Fear Hunter hybrids and the Blaster hybrids. So they are pretty well prepared for an attack. The Nigerian League, that's not that great. There is already one here. Venezuela, that's also not that great. We also have one here. And finally, again in India, well, we can give these guys a warm welcome here. Okay, Yes. So there we go. That was the end of the turn. We'll see the last... I think there will be only one last turn. And this is going to be then the annihilation... What? Annihilation strike. So I'm not sure what that means, but I guess it's not a very promising thing we can expect here. And that will happen right when we do this last upgrade here, which we probably will do in the next turn. Okay, North America, South America, these two are really in trouble. But until now, I think they still might manage to survive that. I mean, their capitals are not attacked, or are not, well, this Brazil is attacked, but they're not overrun yet. Still. Well, we're gonna see. Okay, well, hope to see you in my next video or on lonesomegamer.com. Until then, bye.